There we go, guys, and welcome if you are joining us on, I want to say, lovely Sunday afternoon, because it's a bit strange for us doing it on a Sunday, but we had some technical issues on Saturday morning, and I'm sure everybody missed us, I hope. But we've got a couple of people obviously on the stream as always, the regulars and the Terminator, Scully Rebels. Scully, what's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to be here. Yeah, as you say, lekker Sunday afternoon. Definitely a bit of a lazy day today. But yeah, looking forward to the stream.
Lekker, man. Good. And we've got the Slashinator. What's up, buddy?
All good, man. Lucky to be here on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but yeah, no, you managed to make it, so it's all good. It's all good. Then we've got Riplets here as well. Riplets, I know that you're finding it a bit tough today, but glad you could make it as well.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, dude.
Good, man. It's awesome to have you. And then also we have Nseeker with us. How are you, Nseeker?
Hi, I'm doing well, and you guys?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for making it as well. Lekker. So, yeah, exciting week. It's we on week 7 of Clan Wars, going into week 8, and a bunch of interesting things happening this week. We've unfortunately this week didn't have a lot of time to get to the streaming and the watching of the games. Voter or Slash was out again on his famous road shows. There was some stuff happening on my end as well, so we didn't get to see a lot of games. But as things go with the war, it doesn't stop, and we're going to have a look at the tables a little bit later. But I guess the most important thing for this week is obviously the big announcement that was made, right? So talking about the announcement of Battlefield 5. And that was done on the 23rd, I think. Was it the 23rd?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Wednesday,
yeah, Wednesday the 23rd. So I'm very interested, and if you are joining us for the stream right now, I'm going to pull up a little bit of a screen there, and you'll see that the screen that I'm showing you now is actually Scully Rebel on his pre-order. He's gone onto the PlayStation Store there and pre-ordered the game, and you guys can see what the pricing is there. I mean, that's a little bit expensive, 1199 at the moment for the pre-order, but let's have some views. Maybe Slash, let's start there with you. What is your views on Battlefield? I mean, you obviously watched the live show as well. What do you think about the trailer, the reveal? I mean, what's your views?
Yeah, look, I mean, I didn't watch it late at night because my evening ended very late, but I did watch it early in the morning. Trevor Noah is always excellent. Bit disappointed with the trailer. I think the video could have been a more bumped up and more zhuzhy and more action-packed.
Yep.
But I think they made some excellent announcements. Obviously, it's going to be completely different to Battlefield 1. There's no more DLCs and premium passes. I don't know what else they're going to chuck out there. But I'm looking forward to it. Money-wise, I think it's spot on. If you actually order it through the console, you'll see it's actually slightly less expensive. So you can get another $100 off there, I think, plus minus. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not too much into all the politics going on these days. I know there's things about women in the game, and there's obviously things of why going back to or extending from Battlefield 1 to 2. But yeah, I think it's all good, something new and exciting, and I can't wait to see what's entailed and what's in store.
Absolutely, Scully.
Yeah, I wasn't really impressed, as Slash said about the trailer. The trailer really didn't do it for me. But having said that, I think that we're going to see something a bit more different, in the weeks to come, when they actually see where we can see some actual gameplay and the mechanics of with these events that's coming up for Battlefield. But the initial launch or reveal, from my side, I can also say not very impressed about it. it didn't have the same impact that that the reveal trailer for Battlefield 1 had. But I can, when they listed or showed a few of the new features, obviously the game mechanics have changed a lot, and we can definitely see that coming through. But yeah, all in all, very excited about the new title. But the reveal trailer didn't do it for me. But obviously some exciting stuff coming, like jumping through the window, some scenes that they showed there where you'll be able to crawl on your back and shoot back, kind of thing. So I think, from that perspective, where they're basically in refining the gameplay experience, and the way that you interact with the world is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I do agree with you. I think there's some, let's call it dynamics in the game that I think is gonna, be completely different. Maybe I saw some moves, and I know that they're in the trailer somewhere, even though I also agree, I don't think the trailer was magnificent. I did see that little part there where one player was carrying another player on his back, which I think is going to make for some interesting gameplay if that does come out, because, Scully or Wouter can just carry me around the battlefield as they do at the moment, just differently. so we'll see how that goes. Sika, from your side?
Well, from my side, obviously being a game changer, I've sort of gone into it in a little bit more detail. And I think what's really interesting is how short the reveal was. But going through towards straight after that, I think the guys at DICE have actually changed things up quite a bit. And this kind of goes into what they were saying about things are never going to be the same. That one of the major changes that they made is that they didn't put everything into the reveal, but rather they asked the game changers to create their own content for what's coming out.
Okay.
And for me, that shows that what they've done is they've actually included the community a lot more.
Yeah.
So each person, if you look at all of them, Jack Frags, Westy, all of those guys, each of their videos is different because they've seen it from a different view. They play the game differently, and you can go onto your own favorite Game Changers channel and actually see how they view the new game.
Absolutely. So what I want to do, Sika, is I actually want to get back to what you've just mentioned around game changers in a bit, but I want to give Riplets just an opportunity to give his view also on the launch before I do that. So Rips, go.
Sorry, I'm focused on something else here. From my side, we played a game that night, so we couldn't really see it. We only caught it on the following day when we all watched the stream. Yeah. But from my side, they said, the sliding and shooting backwards, I wasn't 100% about that. But when they announced that there's no premium pass anymore, that kind of got us all excited. But we're gonna have to see how it comes out later with all the actual gameplay, because the trailer wasn't the best I've seen.
Yeah. Well, just talking about, I know that Scully also mentioned it, but just talking about the premium pass not being there anymore, I think from a, let's call it a community gaming perspective, I think it's an absolute excellent thing. Because one of the biggest issues that we have right now is, even if we running clan wars and doing comps and doing things like that, one of the drawbacks is the fact that not everybody can afford the premium pass or the premium maps and that sort of thing, and to a certain extent, there's always been this view that the premium pass almost divides the community between the rich and the poor, right? I know it's probably not spot on when I say that, as directly, but that's sort of what the view was, is that the premium pass allows people, or certain people, to play in a certain way and doesn't give the other people opportunity. And also, sometimes you end up on a server and it's the same maps being played over and over and over because not everybody has the premium pass. So, besides, some of the other nice features that they mentioned in terms of, the new, I think they call them emplacements or embattlements or something. It's where you can actually build on the map, right? Besides those
fortifications.
There we go, fortifications. So besides those sort of features that they're bringing into the game, which is sort of completely new to the Battlefield environment, I do think that one of the smartest moves that they've done is to actually remove the premium pass. So I think that's really, really a good thing. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's sort of, I think everybody shares the same opinion at the moment that the reveal, by itself wasn't. It was maybe a little bit less than everybody expected, but the game, in terms of the mechanics and things that are potential in the game, I think is exciting for everyone. And I mean, at the end, right, it's freaking Battlefield. I mean, we all love the game, so they can have Mario Bros in there. I'll still buy it. So that's sort of.
The thing is with a Battlefield title itself, and I'm not talking about Hardline and Battlefront and that kind of thing, because those are two different kind of games or game modes or whatever. I don't even know why they have it under the Battlefield banner. But Battlefield in itself, for me, has always been an exciting time when there's a new title coming out. And to be honest, DICE has never really let us down where it comes to, providing a game that we can all play and so on. Yes, there are some certain features like RSP and stuff like that that's a bit lagging behind or missing from our side. But in general, the Battlefield title itself has always been a very enjoyable game to play. For me.
Exactly. And I think, to be honest with you, Scully, I think that probably everyone that is a Battlefield fan will share your opinion. We get to speak to a lot of Battlefield, people, and everybody's always like, this can be better and that can be better. But at the end, everybody's pretty satisfied with what they get. And everybody plays along, right? So, personally, I, of course, share that opinion as well. But
that's why I didn't even think twice to pre-order the game or whatever, because we know that it's going to be a good game at the end of the day. If it's going to be 100% playable with some bugs in the beginning, obviously, might be, I don't know. But that's something that we saw over the period of these Battlefield launches, that when the game launches, it's usually that there's a few bugs that's sorted out and still. It's still the same scenario with Battlefield 1. There's still a few mechanics that's broken and that kind of thing. But the overall playing experience of the game and the little bit of history and the time that they spent into that, bringing or exposing history, was a good move, I think, from DICE to do a follow-up on World War One with Battlefield 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree as well.
I just want to touch on something that someone said in the chat. JD's put on the problem that I believe no premium pass opens the door for more microtransactions. Now, I know that obviously that is a concern, this whole pay-to-win thing, and I know that it is one of DICE's concerns as well. But they have definitely 100% said that any microtransactions that happen in the game will be purely cosmetic. There is no pay-to-win. You will not gain any advantage to buying anything on the game. So regardless of whether you spend a fortune on all your little cosmetic changes, and obviously the customization is a big thing, but it's definitely not going to actually alter the game in any foreseeable way.
So, well, that's pretty close to real life as well, right? So if you pay to look good, right? That's what it comes down
pretty
to.
much, yeah.
You pay for the makeup. All right, all good. So let's move on then quickly to something that NCK mentioned a little bit earlier. You were talking about being a game changer, and I'm sure that there's a couple of people out there, have heard the phrase before, or perhaps wondered about it, or what it means, or so from that perspective. So Sika, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to just enlighten us a little bit as to your new title. You have been named officially a game changer from DICE. So first of all, congratulations. I know we've said that before, but congratulations from our side. But I would like you to explain to people, what does that mean, and what does it entail, and what is the responsibility that you have now?
Okay, well, firstly, Game Changer is different to DICE Friends. Okay, so EA Game Changer and DICE Friends work off of two completely different areas. So a EA Game Changer basically means that, well, let's first start about how somebody becomes a game changer. So actual EA themselves recruits their game changers. So you can't apply to be one. You can't, like with Dice Friends, you can't nominate people to do it. Basically, it's EA themselves that have seen people in the community that have stood out. And it could be anything from being a content creator, such as Jack Frags and Westy, the ones that I mentioned earlier, to community influencers. And I believe that I was chosen as a game changer because I work friggin' hard for this community, and I have done as much as I can to sort of put our concerns into, into their views as well. So, and I know that everyone says, "Oh, they don't really care about us, they don't listen to us," and all that's not really true. There are issues with some of the stuff that we spoke about, but overall, they're really excited to get involved or more involved with the South African gaming community. So they are listening. They are seeing the posts on the forum that have been put up. They are seeing these things. It might not seem like they are always coming to the party with them, but they're seeing it and they are trying to make changes to it. So basically my responsibility as a game changer is to be the sort of middleman between the community and the actual devs themselves.
Okay.
Saying how the community feels about things, taking things from them to the community and asking their opinions, and then coming back with solutions or suggestions, things like that.
Or excuses.
Excuses, yes. That does unfortunately happen sometimes.
All right. That makes a lot of sense. So, but obviously, look, I mean, it's a nice. I almost want to say it's a nice responsibility to have on the one hand, and also, of course, a big responsibility on the other hand, right? So, I mean, there's I think it's a bit of a middle ground, but because of some changes in the community and things that we've seen, because of that, there's a bit of an announcement. Scully?
Yeah. There's always a little bit of a surprise somewhere leaking out in these shows, but we've decided in light with InSeeker that has been appointed a game changer for EA Dice, that the Battlefield community on PS4, the page that we have there, which is the community page, is going to be, we asked InSeeker if she will be willing to run the page. So from tomorrow, Monday, InSeeker will be taking over the page and be managing the page, in her own right. So we're getting rid of some call it a dictatorship. I call it ambitious endeavors. Or something like that. And, at the end of the day, we listen to the community and we are there to help and assist and do whatever we can. Remember, we came from nothing. There was zero, and now there's something. And it has grown to a stage where we feel that somebody like InSeeker will be able to manage and impact the page's growth and the community in South Africa's growth a bit more than we can. We are in a position where we are busy with clan wars, and that's where we want to focus our attention on moving forward. Building the community and building a competitive brand is in two different sectors of the gaming spectrum, and we feel that whatever Cherie has accomplished up to date, only justifies that for her to carry on with the page as we have it now.
Correct.
So that's basically it. So in a nutshell,
that's the sneaky announcement.
That's the sneaky announcement. But let's hear from InSeeker. What does she think about this?
So it was sprung on me. I didn't know that was in the plans, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'm quite excited for it. Obviously, we've all listened to the community and we all know that, as great as Clan Wars is, it's built up from absolutely nothing to where it is now, and obviously the Battle Bros brand. It's difficult to maintain a very neutral sort of how can I put it? Just
being
over the
neutral.
community. Yeah, just being neutral over the community, because Battle Bros does have a brand to think about, and sometimes it doesn't always work out the way everyone wants it to. But I think that if you guys are now concentrating more on Clan Wars, I think it's going to be such a great improvement to the community, because not only will they get the neutrality that they need, but also Clan Wars will be built up to something incredible. Not that it isn't incredible now, but I mean, it can only go further and grow leaps and bounds from that.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the thing that Scully said to us the other night when we had this discussion is that, we think we are doing relatively well now, and I do honestly think that we are. I mean, as you rightfully said, it was built from nothing, and the competition scene has really exploded for us, specifically from around sort of December, start of January this year. But to really grow it to the next level requires a lot of focus, and at the end, that's what we want to bring the South African community, right? We want to bring them something that's proudly homegrown, that they can be proud of, and that we are already proud of, but want to be more proud of, I guess. Scully, is that summarizing it correctly?
That is exactly it. You spot on with that one. You see, like you said, it came from nothing. So obviously, it is the whole concept of gaming in South Africa on the Battlefield platform has evolved over this year and a half, 2 years that we were busy on the community page and so on. So it started off with the community page. Then we had a little bit of friendlies here and there, and then we heard of BFN and other leagues and competitions out there, and slowly but surely we started, as a community itself, moving and building into a direction where we can say, right, this is what we have to offer for the South African players, which is homegrown South African competitions on Battlefield, and this is our little community that we have. And obviously, if like NC Seeker says that, DICE does listen to us. So we're going to get into situations where we need some help and assistance, and maybe give them some advice on how we would like to play the game and moving forward and that kind of thing. And, having NSeeker in there, in that position to convey our concerns and messages to them and suggestions, is only going to bring, I think, a more satisfying gameplay experience for the whole of the South African community as a whole. And then obviously sprouting from that, we have Battlefield Clan Wars, which is proudly South African competition and leagues that we are currently hosting. So with us moving a little bit away from the community side of things and more focusing on the competitive side of things, I think we can only take whatever is good at this point in time, and then just make Battlefield Clan Wars great, moving forward onto the new Battlefield 5 and beyond. So it's all in all, it's been a slow growing process, and not a lot of people won't understand it necessarily, but, if you've been with us from the beginning, you would have seen how we have evolved to where we are. And we're still going to carry on evolving and growing from here. It's not going to be the end of the road kind of thing, but from a community management point of view, that will be basically be NSeeker and her responsibility to do with it and steer it in the direction that she sees fit.
Yep. So in saying that, Slash, I know that you are quite excited about the change as well, because Clan Wars he's just, I see Slash on the webpage, and he doesn't post a lot, but whenever he posts something, it's about Clan Wars. So your opinion on it?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm excited to see where the page will go. I think Sherry putting a touch on it, it will probably go into different directions, but I'm very excited about us moving into a more active gaming role. I mean, I think that's where we are at this stage, improving that, and making it more professional at the end of the day, but still leaving the local is lack a touch at the end of the day. There's guys who want to play these kind of games, and they don't want 10 million rules, but so we can touch that up and do some other things there, and hopefully have more time at this at this stage. Time is always a factor. The normal lives and in the gaming lives. And then from Scully's side, he's saying, but why is the normal life not the gaming life? But yeah,
there's another life.
It should be the same. Yeah, look, I would love for that to be, but very, very excited to see how we can improve and grow on what's been built. I mean, I wasn't there from day one, but you can see all the effort, the time, the passion, the commitment that's gone into it, and everybody who's helped us to get to this point. So really excited. It's exciting times.
Absolutely. Right. So that was it. That was I know this morning when I posted on Facebook that there will be a bit of a sneaky reveal. And I got some messages on the side. People are they can't wait. When I post something like that, there's like these little DMs coming through. Are you announcing season 3? So no, I had to, unfortunately, if you've messaged me this morning and I ignored you, that's why. So, so guys, just on that, I know that before we move on to just this week's results, I know that there's a couple of people that have been asking around season 3 and what that will look like and when that will be and that sort of thing. And I know that Scully posted a couple of messages explaining during the week as well. But Scully, I just want to give you an opportunity to also just again maybe highlight and clear up with the guys in terms of where our heads are with season 3 and potentially what we are doing.
Yeah, like I said on Discord now the other day, is we're definitely going to have a season 3 and moving forward. But I think what we need to do is just have a little bit of a pause and just plan a little bit better from here moving forward. So we're going to give the guys the opportunity, to have like maybe 2 or 3 weeks off and do, all kinds of other games and comps and little events and so on that they can do. And then we're going to take that time in planning for the future and planning season 3 properly and beyond that and that kind of thing. I think we've with the upgrading of the website, where the clan leaders can manage their players and their teams and that kind of thing, we're almost 100% there, but a lot of the stuff is functional, but we would like to make it better, and that's our objective with this. So we don't want to rush into anything when it comes to season 3. We want to do it properly. And that's why, when season 2 finishes off, we're going to take about 2 or 3 weeks and then, do a bit of planning around that and see where we come out so we don't overlap with the launch of Battlefield 5 in October. So, yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. But it's definitely going to be Conquest. We're going to stick to Conquest. It's a proven recipe. Everybody likes that, and it tests skill on various levels, like planes, tanks, and foot soldiers, etc. So yeah, we've obviously going to look at what we've done and where we can improve, and then moving forward, it'll just be better. So looking forward to everybody who participated in season 1 and season 2, to support us in season 3 and beyond.
Absolutely. And then, of course, again, I mean, it's worth mentioning, Scully, I think as well, that part of this planning is to really try and plan out whether we where the season 3 would be on Battlefield 1 or on the next Battlefield. This is sort of what we've been saying, the whole afternoon that we've been speaking so far, is that, the aim for us right now is that we think we can, even though we think we've done pretty well, and I hope that most people think so as well, we've done pretty well with Clan Wars in terms of where we are at the moment. It can be better. And it can be
Absolutely.
It can be run better, and it can be a much better experience for players. But that does require us to put a little bit more time and thinking into these things. So yes, the timing is good. We're moving a little bit away from the community management aspect of it, so that we can spend our time a little bit more wisely on what we want to focus on, which is bringing a really good comp to the community. So, yeah, that's the plan.
Correct. Yeah, it needs to be run like a well-oiled machine. Just to do like 1 season or 2 seasons and then leave it alone for a while again. It's something that's got the potential to live on for a few titles, future titles coming up. And we're excited about that and the possibilities that lie ahead.
Absolutely.
So that's why we are definitely just going to take a step back and obviously put out some questions to the clan leaders, because ultimately, we all of us are in this thing together, and then get their input from it and where we could improve and that kind of thing, and just move Clan Wars forward.
Excellent.
Leave them wanting more.
Leave them wanting more. Yeah, no, that's a rule to live by.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, guys, before we then move on to just recap on what's happened this week, regarding the launch, regarding the movement of the page, I think we've covered everything. But I just want to make sure, is there still any comments about that before I move on to the tables?
I don't know, what is someone watching the chat there on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm looking here. XR just being normal. So
being salty. Are they being salty?
No, nothing salty. It's just a background video where Langnet Prof is asking, why this video. So it's just a video. So send us some more hyped up video. I'm sure Yaku Skelly will.
It's just that you don't get bored with my voice, Langnek. That you have something else to look at than to concentrate on my monotone.
Yeah, it's just, so there's obviously something while we're chatting, so guys can look at something.
Oh my word, yes, all right. Okay, so moving on, guys. I'm moving on to the tables now, and obviously, if you are looking at the page now or at the screen now, you will see that we have indeed rectified our little scrolling issue that we had because of the website update. There's a couple of things that obviously impacted on the stream side of things as well, but you can see it's there on the screen now, looking very nice and very pretty. And again, from my side, I know I did this last week when we talked about the website upgrade, but again, I want to thank Scully Rebel, who's put in a copious amount of hours on trying to upgrade the website and make it better and work better and flow better and that sort of thing. And it does actually look really, really awesome. So well done, Scully. I think it's great.
All good. Thanks, man.
Right, so guys, we're moving on to the tables, and the first one that we're looking at is the Premier League tables. And if we have a quick squiz at that, look how easy that is now to bring all those teams into one screen. That is amazingly easy. Right, so at the top at the moment we have LGD, which are doing exceptionally well in the comp at the moment. They are at number 1 on 18 points, followed by MAD on 14. So at the moment for Division 1, pretty much LGD and MAD in the running there. Although we do also have Lots there on 14, so sharing that sort of second position with MAD. So I'm not exactly sure what might happen there. I think there could still be a bit of a shift around between MAD and Lots, but I think LGD definitely at where we are in the season, definitely the team to beat. Then we've got MRU there on 12, DPS on 9, Red on 7, and then of course DI there with a couple of forfeits, so they are on the bottom at the moment there. So I don't know, guys, what is your view here? I think LGD is definitely the team standing out at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they've performed exceptionally well within this tournament. But the same as season 1, they came second in season 1 for Division 1, and obviously doing very good in this one. And I believe that they've also won, was it last night or the previous night, that they've played another game? I saw there on Discord. Did you guys see that?
I think they played last night, but I must be honest, I didn't. I haven't checked what happened. Does anybody know? Replets? Seeker?
Yeah, me, no. Yeah.
No, they won the match, as far as I remember, as far as I know.
What is it, front lines or? I think it was it front lines?
Correct, yeah. It was a front lines match against, for the life I don't know, but it was a team abroad, in the States, I think.
Yeah, so well done for LGD on winning that
one. Maybe
one.
ask the guys on the stream, and I see obviously.
Yeah, does anybody watching currently? Do they know?
Yeah, give us the score.
Yeah, that's always a good. That's always a good go-to. Yeah, give us the score.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But yeah, they're obviously the team to win from my side. I don't think anybody's going to catch up at this point in it. But yeah, I just they must just stay a bit grounded if they do win the tournament on this one. They obviously like celebrating hard, which is always good. But yeah, I think again, as I said last time, for me, lots standing out coming from previous season into this, and being in the top 3 again, excellent. I mean, this is why we do this. To see these guys climb the ranks and just get better and better.
Absolutely, and obviously, lots in the previous season they played on in a different division as well, right? So they've moved the division, and they are pretty much actually sharing the second position at the moment.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's really, really good. Right, so that is Division 1. Again, well done there to LGD. So looking at Division 2, and again, yes, look at that. Fits so well into the screen now. Great. So interesting year for me. We've got 4Q on 17, and then First on 15. They are followed by PF on 14, SNLV on 12, THC on 10. Both Raw and VTRN are on 4 points, and then we have WTF on 3. Now, this is interesting for me because I see that SNLV has moved a couple of positions. If you remember last week, they were a little bit higher up. Now, again, they're not falling down. They're not completely dropping off the wagon because they are on 12 points. So that's pretty much just 2 points short from PF, who are on 14. And then, of course, there's the very thin line, the difference 14 and 15 between First and PF. But 4Q definitely standing out in Division 2. These guys are playing a very, very hard game at the moment. But yeah, it's still good to see that my Clown boys are up there in the top 5 in this division. I've been rooting for them hard in this division. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys' views are on 4Q. I mean, I didn't expect to see them, at this stage of the competition this high up in the table. I mean, I know that they were a good team, but they are impressive at the moment.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, last season as well, we streamed one of their matches, and as a new team, we always said, geez, these guys are good. And I think it just shows in Division 2 that they are to be watched.
Absolutely. Sorry, Scully, you wanted to say something?
No, just saying that. I think the guys are playing well within Division 2 as well, and I don't even know if I should say this because it's just going to get me into shit, vouching for a specific team or whatever, because every time I do that, there's always a few hound dogs that's on my case about this. So I'll just keep it general. I think everybody is doing well in Division 2. Keep it politically correct. And just good luck to the rest of the games.
Like it. Absolutely. Right, Division 3 then, which is the interesting division, and keeping it politically correct. Well done to MSNK, who are at the moment on 27 points in position 1, and then followed by the Royal Boykies on 23 there. So Rips, your guys showing some steel there, competing quite hard. on
Yeah.
in position 2 there. What's your take so far? I mean, I know that you guys have only lost one game, and which was to MSNK. But other than that, really pushing hard at the moment, yes?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our guys very excited to be actually playing a different type of game style compared to domination from last season. The boys are putting all the time in. I mean, they're on every single night, even on Friday night in the States. They're having a bit of fun. But yeah, it was tough 2 weeks. These last 2 weeks against MSNK and against. I mean, the Lots boys we struggled a bit, but came out with a win. And yeah, some of these teams are just amazing. It's good to see all these brand new teams putting their names out there, but also at the same time having a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely. Obviously, last week, if you didn't catch the recap show last week, please go and watch that. We had two of the new teams on with their captains. We had SBK on, which is Straat Brakwa Lisi, and then we had GSE on as well. And we had a bit of a chat to them in terms of where their teams come from and introduce their teams on the stream and that sort of thing, which is quite a bit of fun that we had with them. Some good comments came out of that as well. So go and watch that stream if you didn't see it. Speaking about SBK, they are in position 3 on 22, CTK on 15, Lots on 14, Sons of Anarchy sharing the position with GSE on 13 points, and then ITF we have there on 12. So at the moment, congratulations to MSNK on 27. Scully, sorry for you. that bet, but they are playing well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, they haven't lost a game there if we look at the scoreboard, and I think that they have performed exceptionally well. Rippler's very disappointed there. I don't know what to say there. You know, I was think I'm going to lose some money in here, but still not over 100% yet. But I don't think that there's any of the other teams that will catch them at this point in time. So well done to MSNK for their performance within Division 3, and I'm sure that they are very amped for Season 3, where they will obviously, if they win Division 3, move up to Division 2 and ultimately end up in Division 1 after that. But all in all, the other teams that have played, I mean, Royal Riplets, your team did exceptionally well. The new guys, SBK, CTK and all of that, all these teams are doing exceptionally well, and just congratulations to all of them, participating, sticking it through, and just making the overall Battlefield experience fun.
Absolutely. So moving on then to the T5 tables. I am watching the time for us as well. So Pool 1 T5 at the moment, there a bit of a battle going on. Speaking about Royal performing well in the T12, there's in Pool 1 it's LGD FaZe and Royal both at the moment with 7 games played, 0 losses and on 21 points. So well done there as well, Riplets. But then in this pool, the team that I'm of course rooting for here is VTRN. These boys are surprising me heavily in the T5 at the moment. They are playing exceptionally well and sharing 15 points there on that position with UB. Then we have DI on 9 as well as the girls. GSG is on 9 there as well. DPS Silver on 7, and then Raw Headhunters on 6. So a couple of impressive teams here. I think for me, obviously, the guys are, the LGD FaZe guys and Royal, you guys are playing well, exceptionally good. And, I like Royal Riplets, but definitely VTRN here for me, impressive as well as the girls. You're doing very well.
Yeah, it's, we've played against VTRN and UB. Both teams, very great games, very great captains that I was communicating with. Always willing to, they always ask what could we do to improve with the game and all that, and I see that they've changed up the game styles from the beginning of this T5, and they've actually been pushing a lot harder than what they did in the beginning. But yeah, VTR and UB, both strong teams as well. GSG, met Spooky last night, Queen Sparrow, Queen Sparrow, and great bunch of girls as well. They great attitudes, and they were telling me that they don't always train together. They don't have time to train together, but when they do have that one time, they just seem to click very well, and
Yep.
it shows that a team that doesn't always train together can always just push forward and show that they are strong players.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well done to them as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely moved up a few positions there over the past few weeks. I remember GSG was a little bit lower down, but obviously they're making a good comeback there with winning some of their games there. Yeah, all in all, well done. And I mean, it's an all-girls team, so kicking some asses of the boys there. DPS Silver just below them, and so on. But it's exciting to see that the girls team is standing up for their own.
Yep, absolutely. Sika, you are actually a little bit involved in the GSG team as well?
Yes, I'm part of the team. I'm not part of the team that's competing at the moment, but I'm part of the clan, yes.
Okay. Sorry, but yeah, I interrupted you.
No problem. I just wanted to ask Riplets, when are you playing LGD? I think it's going to be a match to watch. Tuesday, so this
Tuesday.
week. Match.
So that will be streamed, no doubt.
No pressure.
No pressure, but that will be streamed.
Last night chatting to Aqua and one of the FaZe boys, there's a lot of confidence going on between FaZe and Royal, who's going to win and all that. But at the end of the day, we do think it's going to be a very close game. LGD, very strong team. But yeah, I mean, our team was built on the domination field, and our guys love the size of the teams only being 5 because there's not that much to focus on. Where LGD has always focused on their bigger games, so we actually don't know what the outcome is. Like we make a bit of banter, but it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I agree. And just so that you do know that will be streamed. So I'm booking that now.
We'll chat after this.
Right, going on to pool 2 then. So this is an interesting pool for me as well. I think here for me the interesting thing is that I really thought that MSNK would be at the top here, but looking at the tables, they are on 18 points at the moment, so only 1 point behind DPS Gold, who are at the top on 19. But the Sultry Swingers actually have one less game played, right? So there is still potential there that they, if they do get the full 3 points, for example, in the additional game that they can play, that they might actually then go above DPS Gold, who are on number 1 at the moment on 19. So then we have MSNK there on 16. We have MSNK on 18. First on 16, CTK on 13. Then there's a share position between Sons of Anarchy and MRUs, both on 10. THC2 is on 3. And then, of course, we have Snot there at the bottom on 0 at the moment. But I think the team for me here, I think I did mention it before as well. The guy standing out for me here is definitely Sons of Anarchy at the moment. They are a brand new team in season 2, and I mean they are right up there and sort of above MRUs, which we know is a pretty competitive team and doing pretty well. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we've got CTK here as well, which is always a fan favorite. I see that these guys have come out again with some great artwork this week as well. I saw on the Facebook page there. So I know they're into promoting and recruiting and things as well. So I've also had some questions around season 3 from them. So definitely the excitement hasn't drawn down. so that's also pretty good. But well done to DPS Gold, who are currently on top of the table on here, and then obviously MSNK just following slightly behind them on 18. I don't know if there's any specific opinions on any of these teams, guys. I unfortunately did not get to watch any of this pool's games this past week.
Yeah, I know we didn't manage to watch any of these games. There was a lot happening actually behind the scenes and so on, but we'll try and put a little bit of effort in this week.
Yeah.
And see if we can catch some of these the T5 games. Obviously, you guys, like you say now, Yaku, the LGD FaZe versus Royal, And then also, there's actually a lot of games there that should be interesting. The VTRN, UB, then Pool 1, and then obviously the Swingers, MSNK Swingers. The first team, also a very good competitive team and so on. But we'll definitely see if we can get a little bit more exposure on this side. But unfortunately, there's a thing called work. Which pays the salaries.
sort of interferes with my game time, but yeah.
Sort of interferes with our game time, exactly. So we all have to manage our time around that as well. But at the end of the day, I think the guys are doing exceptionally well.
Absolutely. Right, moving on to Pool 3. Again, we've got LGD at the top here, LGD Asset. They are on 7 games, 21 points. Below them, we've got the Banana Bays, which is MSNK's, I think it's their second team. 7 games played, 6 games won, 1 loss there, and they are on 19, followed by Lots on 18, THC 1 on 13. Then we've got PPX, which is Phoenix on 12. We've got Mayhem here on 11. And then, of course, we've got Raki on 4 at the moment. And I need to speak to Nico here to find out what happened here with Mayhem. So, I mean, these guys started off the season incredibly strong. Played a lot of games and were right up there at the table. And I see they are slowly, dropping down a little bit from that perspective. Obviously, if you look at the T12, I mean, they are serious competitors. In that arena, being in the second position in the first division there. And I mean, I'm sure we'll see the mad part of Mayhem. We'll see in the next pool, but definitely Mayhem here a little bit lower on the table on 11. But again, well done to LGD. Powerhouse team, both them and MSNK standing out on all the pools where they are. LGD on 21, and then of course MSNK on 19. Yeah. Right. Moving on then to Pool 4. So, and this is now exactly what I just mentioned. Let me just try and fit this one in. This is a bit of a big one. There's 10 teams in this pool. So, here we have Destruction right on top. So the Destruction part of the Mayhem, and they are on 21 points, sharing that position with MRU on 21. GSE on 15, the Clown Boys here, SNLV on 11. We've got 4Q and Red sharing 10 points. Lots and WTF both on 9, ITF on 4, and then of course Snot there on 0. So of course in this pool, the Mad Boys are doing exceptionally well. And I believe that this is the Mad first team as well. So they are on 21 points, sharing that with MRU. So well done to Mad and MRU there. I did manage to see the Destruction game, and these guys play a seriously hard game. So very impressive gameplay.
Yeah, no, these guys are definitely doing well in the Pool 4 as well. And I think it's going to be a tough one between Destruction and MRU, who is currently on the same amount of points to, whenever they do their tiebreaker. But yeah, all in all, I think the teams are pretty good matched up in this division. But when you look at your favorite team here is SNLV, Yaku, and you can see that they're also, not right at the bottom, but up there, number 4, which is good. And then obviously we've got our new team there, GSE, that's taken the 3rd position, which is excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that the GSE guys are up at 3rd. Being a all new team and everything for season 2. But yeah, I'm a big supporter of the Circus and the Clowns and all of that. They're really fun guys, right? I mean, I've played some games with the SNLV guys, and they're really a great bunch of guys when you play with them, and they always have a funny story or this or that or whatever. But you can also see that they are enjoying the T5. I mean, they're quite high up there, so that's also impressive to see, right? Vota, I don't know if you have a comment on here. I mean, you are following 4Q, I know personally.
Yeah, don't know about the clown guys. Maybe just clowning around a bit too much. They must focus.
Nudge,
No, we all look. I mean, I think they do well. 4QM. I'm not sure what's spotting here. They had a couple of early losses, but the team for me in the pool forward to watch is the GSE guys. I mean, I like the gameplay and their style. I think it's brand new to them, and would love to see where they're gonna take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Moving then on to. Oh no, we're not moving on. That is all of it.
Yeah, but if we look at the T5 table, where we have consolidated all the teams there, you can look at the guys who are sharing first place with the same amount of points and games played is up to fifth place, Royal. So we've got Destruction, LGD Asset, LGD Phase, MRU, and then Royal. All of them on 21 points. So that's going to be, as we get to the end of the T5 series with the knockout rounds and so on, semi-finals and finals, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see who's going to take it with these strong teams matched up pretty well there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this week alone we've got Royal versus FaZe and Destruction versus MRU. So this is going to be one of the weeks for T5.
Yeah, definitely to see those tiebreakers. Tiebreakers being broken there.
You're gonna see some broken people on Thursday morning. I can tell you that.
Some broken people. Yeah.
Excellent.
Some broken ties.
Guys, that is what we had in terms of the tables. This I almost said this morning. You see, I'm so used to saying this morning, but that's what we had in terms of the tables for you this afternoon, and in terms of where the scoring is at and all sorts of things like that. So if you have joined us this afternoon for the recap show, thank you very much for joining. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the little bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. It does help us in terms of growing our channel, and of course with our new focus on what we want to try and achieve with Clan Wars and what we want to try and bring to the community. But if you have joined us, thank you very much. Before I close, I would like to just do a bit of a roundup and give everybody an opportunity to say their final words. So, Rips, maybe let's start there with you today.
Yeah, from my side, I'd like to boys this. It is going to be a tough week for most teams, but for myself, with regards to fixtures loggings and result loggings, guys, please get those in as soon as possible, because as I said over this past week, it is a lot of work to be done so the streams can be updated, the site can be updated in time for the stream. But yeah, you guys have been working your asses off to get this done, and yeah, I just want to say thanks to the community. You guys are amazing, and yeah, just keep up all the work.
Lekker. Scully?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to Riplets there for standing in a little bit there when Niku went off with his phone that was stolen, and then the arrival of his little one. Just thanks for pitching in there and standing in for Niku, helping out with the tables and getting all the admin stuff done at the background. And we saw the post there where you offered to help some of the guys to update their their players and all of that. So we really appreciate that. Thanks for your efforts within making a successful Battlefield Clan Wars.
Always a pleasure.
Okay. Seeker?
Cool, man.
Not much to say from Clan Wars side of things, although you guys are doing a great job. And obviously I've got very big shoes to fill on the Facebook side. So let's hope I can do that.
Hey, just drop some subtle hit for us, eh?
Excellent.
But yeah, let's get this community noticed.
Excellent.
That's my plan.
Slash, from your side?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a tough job, but good luck with that. In Sika, with the Facebook page, and then Rips again for all the hard work. Thanks, man. It's really appreciated. And then to all the teams out there, good luck with the week's games.
Great. Guys, from my side, thank you very much for joining us this morning. As the guys were all saying, I think we're in a good space. I think I'm very excited for where we are going with Clan Wars and, what we are going to be bringing you, which is, always something new and always something exciting. So that's all good. But from my side, that's what I had for today. I'm Yakasau for Battle Bros. See you on the battlefield.